What's going on, guys? I'm here at BlizzCon 2015. There is so much cool stuff going on. If you look around the room, it's just filled up with computers and gamers and everything. It's totally nuts. We're gonna walk around, we're gonna check it all out. It's gonna be awesome. Let's go.
We're gonna journey to the light. We're gonna make it through the night. Whoa. We're gonna make it through the dark. We're gonna find out who we are. We're gonna make it through the dark. No one can tell us who we are. We're
This is the setup I'm streaming at from BlizzCon. It's so cool. And there's all the Overwatch computers. I'm going back to the Overwatch booth for the 50th time today because, well, I don't play any of the other games. Don't tell Blizzard that. I love it. Okay, guys, so it's me, Hannah, and Benny versus Team Stir.
We're gonna make it through the dark. We're gonna find out who we are. We're gonna make it through the dark. No one can tell us who we are.
Today's going to be pretty cool because I get to go interview some Blizzard game developer people, including Jeff Kaplan, who's actually the game director on Overwatch. So I always have a ton of fun chatting with him and conducting some of my pretty weird and unorthodox interviews. This is around the time when people realize that I'm not a real journalist. I feel like I was the only one oblivious to the inevitable console release. Like, everyone was like, oh yeah, it was the worst kept secret. And I was like, I didn't. But at Gamescom, do you remember, we were at the table and I was like, oh, Jeff, I was really thinking, you know, Overwatch would it would fit so well into that console role because it doesn't have that like rocket jumping in TF2, like that super precise role. And I remember you guys were just like, oh yeah, interesting thought.
We didn't have the idea until you came up with it at Gamescom.
Yeah, at time. So do I get a cut of
you
sales?
Get a cut, yeah.
I get a cut of sales.
You have to work it out with Sony and Microsoft, but
wow.
No, we actually day one. We were hopeful. We didn't have it officially locked in that we were gonna get the deals and make things work out with those guys, but we always knew like this game would be fantastic. I mean, there's such a huge shooter audience on console. A lot of people love playing with the gamepad more than mouse and keyboard, and we knew like, oh my god, if we could speak to those people as well, how awesome would that be?
And then you know, a really important question. First to Australian heroes, they're criminals. You know, was this a conscious decision?
No, I think Roadhog and Junkrat were amazing personalities. They speak to a lot of what Overwatch does is speak to conventions that people know and love. Yeah. And there's some obvious Mad Max inspiration. So I think that's more of what's going on with Junkrat and like look at McCree from the U.S. like the cowboy. Like we're not all walking around smoking cigars wearing cowboy hats. At least not in Orange County. That's not happening.
I know this question isn't going to get answered, but I'm going to ask it anyway because Australian service, Jeff. When will you show love to them?
Okay, so a lot of the beta is about scaling out. Like that's kind of the general theme. Getting the Australian players in a better situation is part of that.
Yeah. Well, like
that was a dodgy way of answering that. I can feel that one on Reddit already. We have a lot of Australians on the team. They were part of it too.
They're okay with it. They gave you the go-ahead. They're like,
yes.
From Australia, we give you permission.
It was official.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. And then I always ask this question: what question do you wish your interviewer asked?
Oh wow!
This is, I know, right? Like this is your ideal situation here. This is like you got to knock this whatever you answer with out of the park.
Where can I buy Overwatch?
Where can I buy Overwatch?
That's lame.
Buyoverwatch.com.
Buy Overwatch.
That
Okay guys, day 2 of BlizzCon is over. I had a blast. We saw so much awesome stuff. Well, basically I just saw a lot of Overwatch and chatted with a lot of the devs. That's like the only game that I'm super into here, but it was a blast. All the fans here are incredible. They're so passionate. But anyway, right now we're about to go to the closing ceremony and then later on the Twitch party. It should be pretty good. Overwatch developers, they make pretty good games, but can they bowl?
That is the worst intro you've
That's a
ever
pretty
done.
shitty intro.
No, just delete all that.
We're gonna make it through the dark. We're gonna find out who we are. We're gonna make it through the dark. No one can tell us who we are. That only love can ignite.
So it turns out Star's a fucking gun at table tennis and he just destroyed me. Feels bad, man, feels bad.
We're going on a bear hunt. We're going to catch a big one.
Oh yeah? Well,
What a beautiful day.
shoot
We're
to
not
come.
scared.
Shoot the picture.
Shoot the picture.
Oh,
It's
we're
a
doing
video,
a
actually.
video.
Oh, is it? Oh, I meant. I'm a star.
You are a
Star
star.
is a
You
star.
want me to sign autographs? No, I'm actually.